Hello, today I'd like to create a shot glass in the shape of a 4-leaf clover for St. Patrick's Day. And I'm going to start off with the Onshape, which is the free plan of Onshape. And what we can do is I can grab an image. So I'm just going to take this image right here. I made a screenshot of it, saved it as a PNG file, and now I can import that into Onshape. So go into Onshape, I go to part file right here, and I can click create a brand new part. And then I have this open up. So I just named it. It's called shot glass. Okay, I can go through here. I can hide a couple planes. Hide top plane. Hide this plane right here. And then I want to zoom into that front plane right there. And now I want to create a sketch on this plane. And from the sketch I got there, now I want to do an import image. So clicking right here, insert image. Okay, importing that image. Now I'm going to click the image itself, click on that starting point, and then size it to what I want. Okay, so here is where I need to set up the initial scale of it. Okay, so what that means is we need to find out what the overall size of it is. So a shot glass is, okay, we're going to work in millimeters today, and I'm going to go with a shot glass of 40 millimeters. Okay, yeah, it's going to be 40 millimeters wide, and let's say maybe 40 or 50 tall. We'll figure that out in a minute. So 40 wide. So what we're going to do is now we will create two lines, one on the left here. This is like the max, and then one on the right. You can hit L to get in and out of that line. So there we go, L, and now we hit a D for distance, which is right here, distance, dimension here to here, and I said, let's go with 40, okay, 40 millimeters, all right, and that is the start of our clover. So one thing we can do is we can mirror this clover into two different segments, and it will be identical throughout it, or I can actually create like a perfectly center point here, create one of them, and then that instance uses an instance around it. So let's try that. So we're going to do this one here is going to be the main one, and then we will do this in a mirror it about it. So let's create a point right here. We're going to zoom into there, just create a line here, and then from this line we can trim this guy. We're gonna put a line through here, and then we're gonna create a midpoint. So hit L, that's my midpoint right there. Okay, so perfect. So my starting point is right here. Okay, now I can actually start deleting a couple of these, and I know where my midpoint is. Okay, so now I will build this shape right here, and so I probably can do that out of a Bezier curve, and then we're going to go in here in Bezier. Okay, and we're going to just start it from here. We're just going to build half of this because it seems like it's that little sharp point right there is kind of hard to finish. So I'm gonna hit an escape to get out of there. Okay, and then I should be able to match this guy up. So let's grab these areas right here, pull them around, get this into the shape I want it. Okay, and I can adjust this down. What to do? Okay, I can adjust this down right there. Perfect. Let's grab this pole right here, pulling it out, pulling this pole out. There we go. Looks really good. And this pole, just slight adjustments. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to create another side of it. So right click, and I can get out of that so it kind of remembers like a stopping point. So I'm going to build another curve. Right, hit escape to get out of that. Otherwise, if you hit right click and escape out of it, it actually will lock you out. It'll kind of get you, it'll make it disappear. Okay. Just kind of pulling these in, just making it so it's looks pretty darn close. I'll grab this edge and I'll pull it down. Okay, I'm trying to keep it in center still. Now it readjusted some of this stuff, so I just got to pull this guy back out. Okay, and let's see if I can trim this guy. All right, that's fine. Looks pretty darn good. A little bit more fine tuning. All right, you see right there, it's moving the whole sketch. Control Z takes me back, and I can actually, let's click on this. This is a constraint. We want to get rid of that constraint. So I click and delete the constraint. I don't want it constraint on there. I can hit, I think I should, yeah, shift key and hold it down, and that will allow me to get around that constraint. All right, I think everything looks pretty darn good. So now I will mirror this. So we'll go to our mirror function right here. So we want to click select the mirrored line from this guy, and what do we want to mirror? The two Bezier curves. Okay, it looks like it wasn't perfect. That should be okay though. All right, so now we're going to build two Bezier curves on the other side. So we're going to do another mirror. So click off, click back on, select my mirror line. It's this guy, and we're going to mirror this, 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 and this, and this. There we go. So it should be identically mirrored, okay? And it should be a perfect clover. So now we got to add this like little wing, but this little wing is going to turn out to be our handle. So we're going to use this as our handle. So we can adjust this to be the handle. Okay, let's do that. Let's create like a curve. How about a 3-point arc? And we're just gonna go from here, and we're gonna create our own arc here, and then another arc. Let's create here all the way to here, and then we'll kind of adjust that. And of course we can fix the size here. So now we want our size of that arc. Let's start here to here. The dimension of that guy is going to be 3 millimeters, sure. And then we want 3 millimeters there too. So here to here, 3 millimeters, okay. And it should, yeah, we snapped it back. And then we can add a round to the very end of it. So let's add that round. We're going to do a 3-point arc, 1, 2, and just make it something that looks halfway decent there. Okay, and we can do some, we should be able to do an extrude of this guy now. So let's try we just closed out of that, went to extrude, and now we're clicking on our faces. It's like creating bodies right now. All right, and look at that, that's pretty cool. We can add all of those. Let's select new. Okay, it didn't like add, so let's do new, and we don't want to have this, what do we say, 50 or 40 millimeters tall. That's fine. 50 millimeters tall, that's about 2 inches. Let's do 40 millimeters tall. That's cool. Okay, so we'll do 40 millimeters tall. Select OK, and now we see the different pieces of our clove. All right, and now we can make like a hollow out of there. Let's try to unite these guys together first. Let's see, union them. So union, so click one and then click them all, and they should all union. Yep, perfect, they all union together. That's great. All right, and now I'm going to hollow out this guy. So I do something called shell. So here's shell, and then I'm going to do hollow, and then we can say the walls of it should be, let's say 1 millimeter walls. Okay, and what did it do? It looked like it chose like the outside or something. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to Control Z to get out of that, and I'm going to go do that same thing. I'm just going to make sure that I chose this top face. Perfect. Okay, hollow that, and okay, just like that. And then we're going to do 1 millimeter. Okay, 1 millimeter. So the outside is 1 millimeter thick. That should be enough, you know, strength inside of here, so that it should be able to hold any liquid. You see how it's broken off into 4 pieces, so I can fix that in a second. All right, so we got the basics done, and we will now remove this stuff manually. So we're just going to build a box. Okay, we're going back to front view, zoom in, build a box. All right, and then from this box, this is where we will put a dimension. So now we want to dimension this here to here, but I first want to pull this guy down. There, now dimension from this point to this point, 1 millimeter. Then we want this point to this point, 1 millimeter. Okay, 1 millimeter. I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna get escape space bar, get out of that, pull that guy down, and pull this guy down. Now we're going to go D for dimension, 1 millimeter. Then we're going to do 1 here. Okay, there we go. And now we can take out that material. Now we can subtract that. So here we can do our extrude, grab these pieces here, and not those pieces. Let's try that again. So we want to do is remove. So yeah, we can click on the inner parts. Okay, and then remove it, and 40 millimeter. And that took it right through. So it's not 40 millimeter, it's 40 minus 1 because of the wall thickness. So let's go back and fix that. So 39. And of course, you can adjust these all to your desire. And I can put some beautiful radiuses on here. So let's put a nice 1 millimeter radius. Let's see how that looks. Perfect. Let me go back and redo that one. I'll do them all with the same. So clean it, make it look pretty. And there we go. Perfect. Okay, so okay. Look at that. Now we gotta unite this to that. Okay, so we're going to do the boolean right here. Boolean. We're going to union this guy to this guy. They will become one. Look at that. So now this can be our handle, or we can cut out a little section in this and make a handle out of that. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to create a plane off of this guy, and we're going to draft it through that. Okay. So let's create a sketch on this right plane. Okay, and then we will look on there. So now we're just going to create a box on here. Okay, and this box will be, you know, let's go with like 2 millimeters from the top. We can do less if you want to, and 2 there. Okay, and then 2 from this edge, and then 2 from this inner edge. Here we should be able to choose that point. Yep, perfect. And now we want to put 2 there. Okay, so now that lets me extrude that through. Okay, and now let's say okay. All right, let's try that extrude again. Going through it, we can offset it. So we can get it just about right there. Perfect. That's good starting location. Then we'll have to end it. I would say let's trim this die down, and we're gonna end it about right here. So we're gonna go with 23. We can grab this and take it down. Or actually, we might be able to go and say to face this face right here. Okay, and we can hit remove. Yep. So that just removed it. There we go. We'll adjust this, so that looks a good start. We're going to go back to our sketch, and this dimension that we have sitting over here, this 2, okay, we're going to adjust that dimension. We're going to move that to, let's say, 5. Let's see what 5 looks like. Okay, and then it readjusted our shape here, so that's cool. Now we'll put some nice radii on here. Okay, so let's grab some radius. This will be an easy breaking point, so let's make this pretty big. Let me go back and fix that fillet. I wanted, let's do 3. I think that's probably okay. You know what, I'm going to make this thicker too. This doesn't have to be this big. Okay, and then we can pull that wall down with fix this sketch here. Or not that sketch, the other sketch. The sketch 3, so we can adjust this height. So let's go with that's 5, and this is 5, and then the end dimension is 5 here. So everything was 2, now we're going 5. Enter. There we go, and that is probably big enough to put your finger inside of. Let's check and see, and then we'll put some radii inside of there. So it doesn't cut your finger. Let's see how big this guy is. So we're going to go from this edge right here to this edge right here, and we are at 16.477 millimeter, and I would say a finger should fit in there, I would say. All right, so that's probably pretty good. And now we can add small little blends inside of here, so it's not super sharp. So let's add a blend to the, yep, perfect. And it actually chose all of it, and I don't want that big though. Maybe a 0.25 or something, maybe 0.5. Yeah, 0.5 sounds good. And then I'll choose this side. Let's see if I can do, it doesn't like 0.5 this, okay, there it worked. Okay, perfect. There we are. So now we got a nice Clove looking shot glass. Okay, so this can be printed out of PLA. So PLA is supposedly food safe, so you could print out a PLA. It is generally food safe for food contact. It's coming material. It's coming material for food packaging because it's non-toxic, biodegradable, and durable. But the only problem with the 3D printing is the little layers. It can trap bacteria in those little layers, so it could potentially cause, you know, issues. So maybe a one-time use it, wash it or throw it away or something like that. But yeah, you can easily reprint these. They're this would probably print very quickly. So let's start to export this out. We can to export, we click on here, we right click, we go to export. Okay, click there, and now we can call this Clover. All right, so it is exported out, and now we could open it up in Cura. All right, so I got it in my downloads. There's Clover, import Clover. So to get this into our software, we need to rotate it a little bit. So we'll grab the thread, throw it down there. That's the bottom surface, perfect. We'll do a slice through it, see how it looks, how long it's going to take. And it's going to take 53 minutes to make. Okay, and yeah, a quick one to make. It could leak, so you may have to adjust your initial layer heights and change wall thicknesses and stuff like that if you're having issues. Zero infill, and yeah, so this is my printer speeds and everything's pretty slow, so you could probably print this out much faster if you got a new printer. But yeah, so it's worth a try. You could have this for St. Patty's Day, and you know, share it with your friends and have a few shots. So anyway, I will try to 3D print this and see how it looks, and share the results in maybe a next video, or maybe I'll put them in the end of this video. Okay, so look forward to that. All right, thanks. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned a little something, and yeah, good luck in building your 3D printed shot glass from Onshape. Thanks, bye.